So, interesting story with this one. I kinda didn't want to make this video, but I'm glad I did because this triple monitor KVM switch is just amazing. Like, I think we're going to make the other tech YouTubers jealous with this one, and you'll see why. So why didn't I want to do it? Well, I've been working a contract job for the past 6 months that has a really long commute, and on the weekends I'm watching the kids while my wife works as a flight attendant so that we can save as much money as we possibly can. Hey, it's a terrible economy out there, all right? And that's just why there hasn't been very many videos lately. So when TE Smart wanted to send me their latest KVM switch, I was just kind of like, didn't we just do one of those videos? And I kind of dragged my feet. But Jenna from TE Smart would not stop following up with me over and over. They're just like, okay, we're sending it now. You pay the import duties on it. So, you know, they kind of twisted my arm. But now that I've tried it, I see why they wanted me to look at it so badly. It's almost like they designed this device specifically for me. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's show you the unboxing. It came to me in this box that was completely encased in packing tape, but you can see here inside of it, they have the nice box, and when you open that up, it has a nice message and this just beautiful card that is promoting an extended warranty you can buy. And as usual, it comes with the remote and a decently sized power brick. It also comes with all of the connection cables that you'll need. And this is where I started to realize that something was different with this device because I was expecting way more cables considering it's a triple monitor switch. So it's got 2 DisplayPort cables and then this combo HDMI USB cable, and that's for your desktop machine. And then for the second machine, which is your laptop presumably, there's just a USB-C cable. And that's all you need. In other words, it's basically a KVM switch and a laptop dock combined. Now, before I show you the actual device, I have to warn you, this thing is not cheap. It's about $700, but honestly, for what it does, I totally get it. There is nothing else out there that switches 3 displays this smoothly and also doubles as a laptop dock. And if you're watching this before October 31st, TE Smart gave me a 15% off code, which I will give you at the end of the video. Now, the device itself is so cool looking. Like, their switches were starting to look nice, but they're really getting next level. Look at the heat vent on the side. That is just so sick. And here's a comparison with the 2 monitor switch I reviewed a few months ago. So it's only a little bit larger and the front is a little cleaner on this one with just a headphone jack and some USB 3.2 ports on the front. There's also a set of lights to indicate to you which computer each display is showing. And then on the back, you can see here's a section with HDMI 2.0 for your displays to plug into. Here's the section for your desktop connectors, and here's the laptop USB-C connection. Then there's the USB for your keyboard and mouse and 2 more USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports. And it does matter which ones you plug into, and I'll go into that later. So it supports 3 monitors. It looks awesome, and it's basically like a laptop dock built in, but it gets better because this unit also supports the high refresh rates. You see what I was saying now about how this will make the other tech YouTubers jealous? Can you switch 3 monitors between your desktop and your laptop like this, Linus? Huh? Can you? Actually, I should be trying to make Marcus Brownlee jealous because it also supports Mac's first KVM switch to do that. I don't even have a Mac, but if I did, it would work. Actually, I do need a new laptop. Maybe we'll make another channel to do more hardware type reviews, and I can try a new laptop there, and we can keep this channel more with day trader stuff and things that I think are specifically useful to day traders, like these KVM switches. Okay, but let's use the device because there are a couple of cool things to show. And I should note that I only had a few days to test this, and I did run into a few small issues. The laptop does not recognize the charging, but I think that might be an issue with my laptop. I've also never seen the fan in the unit turn on. So there might be a power issue with my unit, but I'm talking with TE Smart about that. I don't think that it's like a pervasive issue, and it didn't affect any of the functionality of the unit. So let's talk about the keyboard shortcuts. Absolutely essential feature for a KVM switch like this. To use the keyboard shortcuts, you start with Control, and then you can change what key that uses if you want. For me, Control 1 gives me the laptop, Control 2 gives me the desktop, but you can also change the monitors individually. So Control left will switch the left display, Control down the center display, and Control right the display on the right. And when you have two inputs showing at the same time, Alt will switch your keyboard and mouse between them. And yeah, this is really the killer feature of TE Smart's KVM switches, and it's so useful because I have two machines. I don't necessarily want all three on one machine or the other. I want like two on this machine and one on this machine, and then be able to switch between them very, very quickly. And that's what this switch allows you to do. Also, this switch has follow mode, which apparently the last switch I reviewed also had, but I didn't know that it was in there or how cool it was. So what is that? Well, like say I'm using my nice studio monitors and subwoofer to listen to music on my desktop machine, but then I also sometimes I want to use the audio interface on my laptop so that I can use my nice microphone for Zoom calls. Well, that's why the switch has extra USB ports so that you can plug in things like cameras and audio interfaces into it. But with the older switches, you had to be careful when you were using it that way, because if you switch between machines, it will also switch those inputs. So like if I'm doing a Zoom call on input 1 and then I switch, the audio is going to get cut off because the audio interface follows me to input 2. But follow mode allows me to choose whether the USB devices follow me when I switch inputs, and it allows me to switch them independently of the keyboard and mouse. That's why, as I've noted earlier, there's ports specifically for the keyboard and mouse on the back. So Control tilde turns follow mode on and off, and when follow mode is off, Control 0 will switch the USB between machines. That way I can still switch the machines and use the keyboard and mouse on one machine, but have my audio interface and camera on the other machine. So yeah, overall, I really like this thing. It's definitely aimed at power users, so streamers, traders, or anyone running a desktop laptop combo who wants a clean setup with triple monitors. It's expensive, but it feels like they have made the dream KVM a reality. Like when this whole odyssey started, I just wanted a device that just got the job done, and they did that, and now they have gone so far above and beyond my expectations, and this thing is just amazing. So remember, there is a 15% off code that runs through October 31st, 2025 that I will show on the screen for you now. So if you've been waiting for something like this, this is probably the one to grab. So take a look at that. I will see you guys. I stream every morning, 8:30 Eastern time. In the meantime, stay excellent, team.